There have been 1,000 terrors of the sea, born of myth and legend. But there's never been anything quite as dangerous as that man right there. Jonathan Reed.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this Tuesday morning? Still a little chilly over here in Florida, sunny Florida, but we are making it. It's not as bad as it was yesterday. Yesterday was like really bad. Now it's like it's only 40. There we go, talking about the weather. But real quick before we get into things, check that out right here. We are at 1,158 books sold. Look at that. That's incredible. I have a new goal now, is hoping that we can get to 6 figures. If total sales can get to 100,000 by the end of February, roughly. By the end of February. So if you haven't gotten yours, if you need to go back and get a flag or a hat or something like that, now's the time. Reason is because we are let's see. Where is it? Yeah. I got a new goal like we got to get done. It's pretty awesome. Told by one Blackbeard July. Hey, it's Super Vast 3D. Someone's playing video games this morning.
How many books to sell to get you to wear this at MegaCon? I'm up for a day. Like one of the days. How many books? Where are we at right now? For me to dress like an idiot. I'll do a day of MegaCon if and only if this campaign, so we got 45 days. This campaign has to hit 6 figures.
6 figures.
Campaign hit 6 figures. I'm down. 6 figures. It has to be 6 figures though. That's a lot of money. 6 figures.
That's it. 6 figures to get him to dress up like this on MegaCon. So we've got almost the end of this month and February as well. And we got, it's going to be something like this. I don't know why this is so good. So good. This is so good.
Welcome aboard. Time to set sail. Shiver me timbers, a fine vessel she be. To the crow's nest, mateys. I be the captain now.
I mean, dude. To get someone that owns a multi-million-dollar company to do this. Got to make it happen. Got to make it happen. Then also, I think if we hit that goal, I think I could write a little side story, We can get a little side story going. What do you think? Love lost at sea. I think I can make that happen, you know? I think I can make that happen. Anyway, just trying to get a lot of the news, like out first before we get into the news of the day. You guys have just been so good to me over here. I don't want to waste anybody's time. Got some stuff to cover. I'm loving the Don Lemon versus Nicki Minaj stuff. Beautiful. Beautiful. The USS Ripper. Yes. I see you guys over on Rumble. Sky Walters over there. Good morning, everyone. Have a great day and stay warm. And on Rumble, my man Binary Recoils over there. Shout out to you, brother. Holding it down. Holding it down. And so many of you, 236 people here at 8 o'clock in the morning. Whew. You should have Ripper fall in love with a mermaid and his frustrations on how to make it work. There you go. Maybe we can make it a political love story where he tries to sneak in a mermaid into the local pond, and ICE. We have a version of ICE come that has to deport her. Oh man, Ladybug says 7 o'clock for me. You do something like that. That'd be kind of funny. Also, shout out to everybody that made the Monday Hangover such a great show. Just a little housekeeping. Is that what it's called? I know. First of all, I want to say. I hope you show up at Tuesday night's main event. I hope. Yo. Buy a book today. Random African American pirate guy. Yo, that's funny. That's funny. That's pretty funny. I gotta make a small announcement. Please don't get mad. Please don't get aggravated. It's what it is. I think I had mentioned before I had a very wonderful, nice conversation with a drunk 3PO channel member. And it really got me thinking. I'm just gonna get this announcement out, and then we'll keep moving. And it really got me thinking about okay, Jay, I have too many channels anyway. It's time to like bring everything in. It's time to consolidate, I got to stay focused on stuff. It's how it is. So I know I asked so many of you, and you guys have, this is the best chat ever, to subscribe to this Monday Hangover channel. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're going to, instead of that, I'm just going to, we're just going to like, we're just going to refresh Drunk 3PO and do everything over here. We're going to change the banner, and I'm still going to do the comic book stuff, but Mo's going to come on board and help me. We're going to keep the Monday Hangover live streams up. And we're going to do like a nerdrotic nooner. We're going to do a midday stream, and we're going to do a Friday night show as well. We're going to do it over here. Going to keep it pop culture. Going to do the comic books. Going to do movie reviews. Going to do everything over here. I was like, some people have been faithful, and they've been a member of that channel for 6 years. Also going to do, we're going to try to get some watch parties going for the members over there and for the Patreon. So if you're a Patreon member, right? If you're a Patreon member, you'll get access to the watch parties as well. So, you know. So first of all, thank you guys for for that. That doesn't mean the Pirate Channel or History of Trade. That's gonna. It's actually gonna give me more time to work on the other ones once this book launch is done, which I'm looking forward to. So yeah, so we will have we're gonna do a midday, like right after daily, one day this week. We'll figure it out starting probably in February. So probably Thursday, I want to say, right after daily. We'll do this show's not going anywhere. We'll like this is home base for me. So, you know, probably Thursday. And then Friday night will be like our first shots as we go over new movies. So yeah. Yeah, it's gonna work. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Sometimes listen, I've told you all this many. There's got to be something wrong with your brain if you spend a lot of time in Haiti and want to do that. Okay, so sometimes my brain thinks like these are great ideas, and this needs to be that, and this needs to be this, and then it's like kind of like Jeremy with locals. I would make Dan Vass videos, but the problem is every time Dan Vass comes on the channel, which I'm waiting for him to say, you know, I get all these women like tell me like how ugly and bad I am. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Stream over Wednesday daily, F Beardo. No one cares. Wow, man, that hurt, man. Man, that hurt. My man just came in and said, "Will you just shut up? No one cares." Man. I don't know how I'm gonna. Oh, okay, never mind. All right. Anyway, back to the show. I was going somewhere. I almost had a nice little montage. Oh, anyway. Yeah, it's time to get organized because I am doing so much traveling this year to meet all of you. That vlog channel is going to be fired up, baby. Starting with New York. The vlog channel is going to be fired up. I'm so looking forward to seeing and hopefully hanging out. Like, listen, again, if you're you know, you don't have the money to what, just join the Patreon for free. Join it for free. At least there, it's my best way to communicate with people. The meetups, all that stuff. I'm going to be announcing if you're going to visit me in Times Square, where to be, all that stuff. I'm going to dump it in the Patreon. I might talk about it tomorrow a little bit. So there's also group chats. You don't have to pay to be a part of that stuff. Just like hanging out. Just you know, I did buy a coat. Should be coming in from Amazon. You know, Jay's even traveling to the city of Atlantis to sell his book. Yo, Deacon, shout out, brother. But yeah, be on the lookout. All right. And then we're gonna get into the news today. My short creator High Tide's like, you're all over the place, Jay. You gotta. I was like, today I'll hone it in. Just got to get the announcements out of the way. Okay, so MegaCon Orlando. Well, I got New York coming up, Times Square. It's probably going to be a blizzard, so no one will be able to come and see me. That'll be great. MegaCon Orlando, St. Augustine, Charleston, Daytona, which is the same week as MegaCon at the Nine Line store. We should have that stuff ironed out. Savannah, Georgia, we're looking at, it's going to be hot, July. That's not locked in, but there's a Savannah Comic-Con, a small little Comic-Con there where we might be able to go and then go to the Nine Line store and all hang out. Right? Hershey Park, Kings Dominion, Kings Island. What the freak? I care even if you did make me a woman. Savannah, July, pass. Okay, brother. You don't have to. This ain't an airport, Billy. You ain't got to make an announcement that you're taking off. The rest of us will go there and shoot guns. Actually, don't show up because I don't want to see you there. And I'm hoping to put an Astoria trip in there as well. I'll have security like haul you off. Come in here and be like, fine, pass. I ain't going. How dare you plan a meetup and a trip around a month that I don't like? How dare you? That's right. You've officially been banned from the Savannah meetup. I hope you come. Anyway. We ironing all that out, brother. We like I'm trying to get some of the early dates. Hershey Park will probably be after the summer, like maybe September. So we're putting all that stuff together. Kings Dominion, Kings Island. It's like also Carowinds. Carowinds, maybe April. We're gonna like drive up. Mozamboni, Blaine, all of them are gonna be there. We'll have a nice meetup. If you want to go to the theme park, you can. If not, no problem. October, Transformers Con in October in Orlando with Kohlhauser, me. Dallas Fan Expo is on that list. Jay's being mean today, but I'm going to pray for him. I need all the prayer I can get. I'm falling asleep. Promoting this book. Astoria. I'm working it out with the owners of the Goonies house so I could take a group there inside. Can't go inside yet. They're still like, once I get the green light, we'll put it on the calendar. So we go to Short Circuit House, the Goonies house, where they filmed Kindergarten Cop, all that stuff. Way over there. I hope I can squeeze in a Disneyland trip for like a week. But not just Disneyland. Disneyland maybe a day. I've never been. I just want to do it once. But Knott's Berry Farm. So it'd be like Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm. I don't know what else is over there, but we can figure it out. That's a lot. We're trying to cram in. We're trying to cram it all in. And then the big one. I did post all this. I posted it in the Patreon. But I will give people plenty of time. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. At least, I hope at least I can get people at the minimum 2 months. At the minimum. Maybe a little bit longer. The big trip. And these are, let me know about Disneyland. Yeah, I will let everyone know. It's like, hey, we're coming. We're going to be this day. Fingers crossed. I'm just throwing that out there. It's just a big just an idea. It hasn't been finalized yet, but just to give you something to think about is next year, Japan for a theme park journey. I know theme parks ain't for everybody. Fly into Universal Studios, Japan, do that for a day. Enjoy Japan, culture, all that stuff. End the trip at the Disneyland. I just want to do it once. And then head on out. There'll be a lot of cool things in between. If you're part of the Patreon, we had a conversation. We're putting a team together, putting all this stuff together. I thought you were going to Japan this year. So I was going, but I was just going to go to by myself. And I'm like, why don't we just see if a group wants to go? So some of my close friends, Eldridge and Cozy, like, I don't know if you guys seen them in the chat from time to time. Krista, maybe Jeremy and I were like, let's just put it off a little bit. Give it, if we announce it, we can give everyone a year. If it happens, I'd love to go with everybody. Kind of like a Gary trip, Kind of like a Gary trip. I know Spider's going to go. I got to reach out to, once I see you this year, Spider, we'll sit down and we're going to plan St. Augustine. So, oh yeah, also, holy crap, Toronto. That's July, right? Yeah. Anyway, a lot of announcements. Gary's charging $500. Well, that's for his trip, right? I mean, the truth is, if we do this in Japan and the hotels and the meals and the tickets and everything is covered, it's not going to be a couple $100, like, it's not going to be a couple $100. Anyway, all right, that's it. That's the announcements. Done. Let's make it happen. I'd love to see you guys. And yeah, we'll go from there. First of all, I'll see you guys at MegaCon. That'll be awesome. Don't forget to get your passes. If you go to MegaCon, the best thing is that Friday night, the Friday night Universal thing it's worth it. It's worth it. Jay's morning announcements. What's the cafeteria serving for lunch today? Today's Tuesday. So we've got tacos. I have all my Megason stuff booked. Man, I got to get people over there to people that vape. I need to get you hooked up, man. All right, that's it, man. Holy crap. I blabbed on for 30 minutes. 400 people in here. Spider Unlimited, Nicki Minaj ripped Don Lemon a new A55 hole last night. But since Don is into that type of naughtiness, it's probably a win for him. Win for him. Woo. And Jeanette gifted a membership. Shout out. Cole Hauser says, will be an honor to be a pirate at MegaCon. I think it'll be on that Saturday. It might be the Friday. We'll see. I think it'll be Morning, Jay and chat. Happy 15 months. And Jeanette, shout out all the way from South Africa. Shout out to you. Random African-American pirate guy. Buy the book. Beardo's girl. Woo. I care. Woo. I care even if you did make me a woman, Denise Leary. Ooh. Thanks, Jay, for getting Isaac over 500 subscribers last night. Was a great show last night. I mean, look, if I can help, I love helping people like that are starting a YouTube channel. I try my best. I wish I could help everybody. At the end of the day, it's really not me. It's the amazing chat that's always showed up for me here. You guys are top tier, best on YouTube. I freaking could not do this without you guys. You have no idea how much of a blessing you guys constantly are in my life every single day. It's it's unbelievable. I'm at Mass, Jay. Anything you or anyone needs prayer for? Is there any prayer request? Tag my man who's at Mass praying for us right now. I know what I need prayer. I need prayer for wisdom. I need prayer for wisdom. And just making like all these trips and everything. I could use a little wisdom. Doing the right thing. Doing the right thing. Hey, thanks, man. And I would love to feel God's smile on my life today, sometime today. Just like, he's smiling on me right now. It's a beautiful feeling, huh? The Bella Stella. Wait a minute. Where is the Bella Stella from? We established this one time before. Where is that? Wait, that's right. You're over in Dubai, right? Are you over in Dubai? Wasn't you supposed to like house me up? Or not, that's wrong terminology. If I came to the oh my gosh. I care. They care. We all care. Bella Stella. Let's not get into that. Abu Dhabi. That's what it was. Abu Dhabi. You know, I wonder if we go to Japan. If there's like a layover in Abu Dhabi. I wonder if there's like planes, like spend a day in Abu Dhabi. Kind of cool. Yes. The UAE. That's right. I definitely am going to be there when Disney opens. Such a freaking Disney nerd. I just want to go one time and say I did it and be done. There's my man Cornboy. Shout out, brother, with a little pirate hat. Guy was repping last night. I love it. I'm going to Japan. Would you go, Dan Vask? Dan Vask, if I promise you, if you went to Japan with me and Krista and like a few other people, if I promise you that no one will mess with you, that we will fleece the people signing up so there's no crazy women, I will be your personal bodyguard. I'll make sure Cole Hauser goes. All right, Dan. Cole Hauser is head top security. All right. Dan, head security. He will make sure no one even gets near you, even on the bus. Promises, man, I'm about to ban you, Randy. You always making up lies. Cole Hauser like, all right, we got the bus. He's like, Dan Vask, you were sitting in seat A1 right in the front. You could see a crazy person and be like, oh, crazy person. You got Z52 in the back. Actually, you're riding with the luggage. Jay's salty today. Bro, come on, man. What do you mean? I can't clap back? I can't clap back. I have to sit here and take it, young stove, with a smile on my face. Basket City says, hi, Jay. Hey, I'm getting with the crew today. Basket City, and we're going to try to give you an answer about your show. It's just timing. That's all. It's just timing. But I got it. Jay's not allowed. That's okay, Randy. All right, you win. That's the rules. You win. Plus, if I can't snap back at my friends, then what are they doing? What are we doing, man? It's new year, new me. I have thought maybe to tell Don, oh, shove it up your triple A. Wait, never mind. He probably already has. Oh, Don Lemon. Oh, man. All right. All right. All right. Where do we begin? Where do we begin? Let's start with people calling out Don Lemon. All right. You know, Mike says, might have to consider digging into my savings for Japan. We'll see. If we can get it, if I get it set on the calendar, we're all set. Claudia said I could just carry down on my shoulders. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I love it that the African-American community is calling out Don Lemon.
January 18, 2026 in St. Paul, Minnesota, Don Lemon, the washed-up reject who got fired from CNN back in 2023 for being a diva.
I love how he starts it. The washed-up reject that got fired for being a diva.
Yeah, that guy. He decided he wanted to be an activist / journalist and tag along a mob full of anti-ICE crybabies. They literally stormed the church, shouting down worshipers, talking about the pastor got ties to ICE. Lemon's there live streaming all the chaos, but he's really there just being the disrespectful nigga that he is. I mean, who does this? You never pull this at a mosque or a synagogue, but of course the Christians, you use that as your easy target for selective outrage.
We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I ask that you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to...
Unless you're here to worship. Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian. Enter Nicki Minaj, the real MVP. She clocks this nonsense right away and blasts Don Lemon talking about Don cock-sucking Lemon is disgusting. How dare you? I want that thug in jail. He would never do that to any other religion. I speak for myself when I say this. I love to see him go to jail. Let me calm down. Then he got the nerve to be on TMZ talking about Nicki Minaj is homophobic. Ain't you married to a white dude talking about some white supremacy?
That is the greatest. Your significant other is a white guy, and you constantly are blaming white supremacists. Imagine being the gay lover of Don Lemon. Actually, let me take that back. Don't imagine that at all, ever. Don't even let that thought creep in your mind. Ever, ever, ever. Sorry I brought that up.
I don't know what the hell you got going on. The nerve of your black ass. But wait a minute, there's more. The Department of Justice is launching a full investigation of what went on at that church. They're probing for criminal violations, including the FACE Act, for disrupting a place of worship. And guess who got himself in the crosshairs? Democrat Don Lemon. Allegedly, the evidence shows that he knew about the plan and coordinated with the organizers, and he even landed a kiss on one of their cheeks.
How are you? Good to see you, Will.
Well, the FBI's involved now. Good luck, Donnie boy. You about to F around and find out.
So that's a summary of everything that's going on. If you didn't know, shout out. My man just broke it all down. I love it. He could say things that I couldn't say. So, that's where we are. That's where we are. But we can remember yesterday we talked about Don Lemon breaking into a church. And immediately, Nicki Minaj went right after him, saying some colorful things, and he didn't like it. You know, he got a little upset. Let's see if we could play the videotape evidence. Here it is, right here.
So people have been asking me about responding to Nicki Minaj's unhinged, homophobic tweet about me. I usually don't.
Unhinged and homophobic. She called you how do I put this in YouTube terms? Yes, how about that? We'll say that. She called you a sausage smoker. You didn't deny it. You didn't say it wasn't true. But you decided to say that that's homophobic. How is that homophobic when that's what you do? And it's pretty funny that you started off your statement, you know, trying to label Nicki Minaj when you had no problem labeling church goers as white supremacists. We'll play that too. But it's quite humorous, actually.
I usually don't respond to this stuff, but let me just say this. Nicki Minaj, stop talking about shit for which you know nothing about. This is out of your depth, by the way, and you are a homophobic bigot. You don't care about African Americans, and you're not an African American. From what I know, you are reportedly an undocumented citizen, so you should be deported under Donald Trump's rules. And the other thing is that your family members, you have one family member who is reportedly a sex offender, the other family member, your husband or whatever, a sex offender is your husband, and one of them is reportedly a pedophile. And you have nerve to talk about me?
So you're attacking her family, but not her, you know, not Nicki herself. I mean, it's kind of crazy that Nicki makes a statement, and instead of, first of all, you just constantly trash her by saying the phobes and everything else. You're homophobic. You're this. You're that. You don't care about people. You did all the labeling, all the name calling, and then you had to make it worse by just going around her and attacking people in her family. I don't know if that's true or anything like that. But why can't you just go after Nicki since she's the one that made the statement? You know?
And what you think that I do? Nicki Minaj, get a life. Stop being a pick-me. You should have put a pick-me doll on that damn tweet instead of a Chucky doll, because you are nothing but a pick-me. And I choose not to pick you. And so should black people, and so should gay people. Shouldn't buy your music.
Now you going after her business. Black people should not buy your music. Neither should gay people. Are you serious, dude? God forbid somebody on the other side says, yeah, no one should watch Don Lemon. No one, he should be fired. He should be this. He should be that. You know how crazy they would go? They would go insane. They're trying to take away my way of life. They're trying to take away my salary. Unbelievable hypocrisy 101 coming from Don Lemon, of all people. You know, but again, behind every, let me just say this. Behind every black man, there's a progressive white woman cheering them on and pushing the ridiculous narrative. Of course, the crazy leftist progressive white woman wanted Don on their show immediately so that they can embrace him and try to be the white savior that they always want to be.
And there's a certain degree of entitlement. I think people who are, in the religious groups like that, it's not the type of Christianity that I practice, but I think that they're entitled, and that entitlement comes from a supremacy, a white supremacy.
So now the church that you have never been into your entire life, after you help coordinate protesters to go into that church, scare children, cuss out the pastor, cuss out the children, scream and yell obscenities, you had the nerve to go on this podcast with a progressive woman and say it's all about entitlement that's wrapped around white supremacy. While the good old progressive white lady shakes her head. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. At the end of the day, they want to stop real Christianity, Christians coming together. They want to. This is what they want. This is the end game of all end games for all of this. And the fact that for him to say that's not the kind of Christianity I worship, are you kidding me, bro? We've already seen some of the churches that you probably love. These are the ones that we've shown on this show where they're like, we're not going to read out of this book of the Bible because it doesn't relate anymore in today's world. So we're just going to omit that it even exists. We've played that. We have played that. You want these churches that are all accepting of everything, where God is love and he loves everyone no matter what they do, no matter what, etc. Man, I don't know. If you read the teachings of Jesus, there are some people he had a huge problem with. And he wasn't all accepting. I'm just saying. That lie that's been trickled down, that no matter who you are and what you do in life, Jesus will accept your lifestyle. No, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. Keep reading. This is pretty disgusting. And all it is the same tactics from the left, where there's a constant putting labels on people because you don't like them. And that's all it is. You guys got your little fan base of crazy people that listen to you, that consume this kind of brainwashing where it's white supremacists. The church is filled with white supremacists. It's insanity, man.
And they think that this country was built for them, that it is a Christian country, when actually we left England because we wanted religious freedom. It's religious freedom, but only if you're a Christian and only if you're a white male, pretty much.
Oh, my goodness. Now let's make it about race. Because that's the only talking point that they will ever have. And that's it. These people live in a world that doesn't exist. They think they're the main character. Don Lemon thinks that he is the ruler of the world that he lives in. And when people don't follow his rules, he's got to go out and label them and talk bad about them and try to trash them and try to push them down and saying, oh, have that white guilt, if you're white, you should feel guilty. And white people shouldn't be Christian because it's not real Christianity. And it's a constant mock to make people feel bad. But you want to know something? We don't feel bad. We point and laugh at people like you. Because it's just retarded. It's just retarded. Eventually, my friend, you are going to fizz out of existence like a fart in the wind. And the only thing anybody will ever remember you for is your stupid takes. The fact that you couldn't even keep a job at CNN is very, very telling. And now your YouTube channel's having some problems, so you've got to go out and do extreme things to get noticed again. Well, you did. You stormed a church. I guarantee you will not do this in certain states. I'm telling you, you only do it in places that you can get away with because of the government and how it's set up. Tim Walz will let you get away with this. He'll let you burn down churches. He'll let you burn down businesses and just go on and just be like, they're just protesting. Everything's okay. All you guys are puppets on strings trying to push a bigger agenda, and we ain't falling for it anymore.
And so, yeah, I absolutely 100%, but it's an intimidation tactic. And, I said, I don't understand how I've become the face of it when I was a journalist.
You literally stormed a church and made the churchgoers leave because they were protecting their family. And you have the nerve to say that you're being attacked? You're playing victim here? Are you serious, Billy? There's photos of the church that we will show of children screaming. You let crazy people into that church who shoved cameras in the faces of children and adults screaming profanity. Like I'll show it. It's horrible. And you have the nerve to go to the first progressive white woman show and be like, I'm a victim. I'm a victim.
I do understand that. I'm the biggest name there. And I'm also.
Oh, here it is. I'm the biggest. It's all about me.
So as I was on with my producers this morning, you and Kylie talk all the time. My producers were saying, I said, how did I become the face of this? And my producer said, Don, you're a gay black man in America.
In this 1 minute clip, this guy hit every checkbox that used to be relevant to scare people in 2016. Not anybody here in our chat, but that's the tactics that they used. I'm a gay black man in America. I'm the most popular. This is why they're attacking me. I'm the victim here. It's all about white supremacy, and don't buy Nicki Minaj's music if you're black and gay, because I speak for all black and gay men. Crazy. Let me show you. Let me show you this. This is the guy that Don Lemon. This is the guy right here that Don Lemon helped lead the charge into the church. And this is what he was saying to the people that were in there.
As you can see, all these pretend Christians, all these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're living real life, nice lives with your lattes, doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters. You come here to a man wearing a suit. Is a preacher? Did Jesus wear a suit? Did Jesus profit off the words? No, Jesus would dine with immigrants. Do not touch me. Touch me again and see what happens.
Threatening people, screaming. And then this guy has the nerve to be a spiritual authority over people. Let's be honest. This is just insanity right before our eyes. This could easily be a possession. I don't use that term lightly, but this is just an insane person that is getting attention from these crazy leftists, and he's just getting attention. And the fact that he's threatening people, don't touch me and you'll see what happens, screaming at young people while they're just trying to worship, trashing the pastor for wearing a suit. Obviously not knowing anything about the Bible or Jesus or anything else.
You are a fake Christian. Why are you not standing with your Somali and Latino communities? Why do I not see you out at Whipple every day protesting this attack on humanity? Where are you? You're sinners. You're pretending to be Christians. But we know you live an easy life, don't you? A very easy life while people are starving. Shame. Out now. Out now. Living real comfortable while the people starve. Living real comfortable while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're all living real comfortable, aren't you? Shame on you. Do something. Stand with the Somalis. Stand with the Latinos. Quit ignoring this injustice. He wears a suit and tie, and he hangs out with Kristi Noem. How is that a Christian? You're supposed to accept all immigrants, are you not? Why are you not going down to Whipple and joining us in protest against this inhumanity? You claim to be a Christian, act like one.
Again, this would not be accepted or allowed in other states. But under the government that's in his state, under Tim Walz's leadership and that weird mayor, this is acceptable. And nothing will ever happen to this guy, probably, even though he's harassing people. He's harassing children. You know, he'll never show up at a mosque. He'll never. This is just legit white shame and guilt because he just wants to attack white people and certain Christian groups because he knows he can get away with it. That's the thing. Nicki Minaj posted this. The world is watching. There's children. Yeah, this looks like a white person there. You stupid idiot, Don Lemon. Looks like straight up white person, like you said. That's a white supremacist, I'm sure. Children crying in a church while a man yells and screams. And shout out, listen. Nicki Minaj has a massive platform. 25 million followers. For what it's worth, I'm glad she's bringing attention to this matter. I always felt in my heart that one day, maybe not today, I might have shuffled off this world, you know, that eventually, you know, freedom to worship was going to be a problem. And you can clearly see that the tide is shifting with these crazy people, that they are going after places of worship. Think about this for a second. Not only did Charlie Kirk speak to the young people, he preached the gospel of Christ in college campuses. That was his main goal. And then he set up a table where he answered political questions and Christian questions and things like that. He went into the Lion's Den to talk, and he gave them a microphone, and they took him out. We don't want that voice. We don't want that message being spread. There are tons of people that go to college campuses to speak the same type, like they speak on behalf of Republicans and MAGA and Christians and stuff like that. Charlie probably was the biggest, and they wanted him out. In this same state, under Tim Walz, a crazy person decided that they wanted to go to a Catholic school and shoot and kill children. In a Catholic school. And what did the government do? They came out to protect trans people. And that whole thing just kind of got hushed away because, you know, it's a church. Who cares? Now this is getting a lot of attention, and we'll probably see more of it. Does it make me nervous that I could possibly live in a country that won't allow me to read my Bible or go to church? I honestly don't think I'll see that in my lifetime. But I do know if certain people get elected, overwhelmingly elected, then things could definitely change. Laws could be passed. I wouldn't be shocked if eventually down the road, the Bible will be labeled as hate speech like it is in other countries. Again, I don't know if I'll see that in my lifetime. I always feel that when times have been tough for Christians in this country, there's a rally, you know. Excuse me. That we definitely would rally. And if you're not a believer, I'm not like condoning you or condemning you. If some people might even be Muslim listening or whatever, or agnostic, the fact that my favorite freedom in the States is the fact that I live in a country where I can go to church and read my Bible and worship God and not break the law. And that is a freedom that is given to all religions, people that believe or don't believe. And that is the one thing that we can't let, in my opinion, that we can't lose. Because I think once that goes, everything else just crumbles. I think it all just crumbles away. But where's this? They already tried including the Bible here as hate speech, anti-Semitism, even in the States, in certain towns. Yeah, they try. They try. They definitely try. But you got to ask yourself a question, even for those that don't really believe. It's like, you know, why are they so scared of Christians? You know, why are they so scared? And why are like fake churches rising up and this fake form of the gospel rising up? Why is that? Why don't they do that to mosques with the Quran or anything like that? You know, it just makes me wonder, like, you know, that's all I'm saying. But don't like the other thing too, the crazy media machine that pushes these fake narratives. Remember, Don Lemon says he speaks for all black people. Remember that.
I'm letting y'all know now, I do support ICE. I stand for everything they doing. If it's anybody that's getting caught up in the crossfire, I'm sorry that it had to happen to you, but a democracy worked and people voted for these agents to get these illegal immigrants out the United States of America to make America safe again, make America great again, what other acronym you have for it. And then y'all keep telling these lies. Oh, well, Donald Trump is using ICE as his personal police force to get black and brown people out the United States. So he ain't getting no white folks out the United States. Matter of fact, we'll debunk that right now. Here go a white boy right here, boy about white as snow. Where he from? The UK, where he got convicted of drug trafficking in Arkansas. Sent his ass back to the UK. Here go another white boy right here. Where he from? The United Kingdom, white as snow. What is he convicted of? Look at all these terrible things he's been convicted of. And y'all mad because they get his ass up out the United States, but y'all keep telling me they only going after brown and black communities. Hold on, I got more. Another dude straight from the UK. He's smiling. He white. They got his ass the fuck up out the United States. Let's move on to the next. Another white boy straight out of Jersey. What he convicted of? Drug trafficking. What they did? Send him back to the UK. Next, another white boy straight from the UK. I'm just telling y'all. So why y'all out here talking about they only going after black and brown people? They gonna get you next. Here goes some white folks. I'm showing y'all. Look at what he getting charged with. What they doing? Sending him back to the UK. Hold on, I got more. Another white boy from the UK. Where they found him in Brooklyn, convicted of money laundering. What's his name? Jonathan Carson. Shipped his ass back to the UK. Got another white boy straight from France. Look at what he convicted of. Man, they getting him up out of here. Look, we got another one straight out of France. What he convicted of? Identity theft, fraud, and abuse. Shipped his ass back to France. Next, last but not least, we got a white man straight from Canada. Look at all this disgusting shit he getting charged for. Look at this shit. Y'all can read. Found his ass in Alabama. What they did, took his punk ass back to Canada. Shout out to Trump and ICE. I stand with ICE because they making America safe again and making America.
It's like we're at a war with common sense and crazy. Common sense and crazy. That's what we're at war with in America right now. It's common sense and freaking crazy. That's it. It doesn't matter what race you are, what background you are, your education system. If you have common sense, you see what's going on. When you don't, when you're brainwashed, you don't see. You have this thing, like TDS, whatever you want to call it, where you would rather have these types of people to stay in the country? Are you insane? A little passionate this morning, like a little passionate this morning. ICE agent scolds protester.
Taking reporting. We're here to arrest a child sex offender. And you guys are out here honking.
Oh, they're not. No, we're pressing. We're not.
That vehicle right there is honking and impeding our investigations while we're trying to arrest a child sex offender. That's who you guys are protecting. Insane. That's what we're doing. My word's not for you. My word is not for you. I don't have to do it. It's insane.
We don't want you here, ICE. We want the child sex offender. We want the child sex offender to stay, ICE. That's what we want. Common sense and crazy people. Common sense versus crazy people. That is where we are at this point. These people are crazy. Crazy. It just blows my mind. It's like, get these freaking criminals out of my country. I mean, get them out, man. I mean, it's like at this point, like I don't have any. It's like you have no words for these people. Like nothing. And Jeanette said, here's when Dan Vass comes to Japan. Me, Cole Hauser, Beardo, we're gonna protect him. That's it. Let's see. Hi Jay, brokenhearted, still love Miami Hurricane. Miami played an amazing game against a team that should have done the score should have been 55-3. And the Miami Hurricanes, I was proud of them. Won they had two major mistakes. The blocked punt. If they didn't get that blocked punt, they would have won. And that last interception, if he had just put a little more zip on that ball, it would have been a touchdown. We would have won. So shout out to the Hurricanes, man. They were ranked 10th. They shouldn't have. They had no business being there, but they fought hard. So I'm upset. I'm sad they lost, but what a great, they showed a lot of heart. Fired from CNN, the lesser Don needs this for money. Why does anyone care what this turd puncher thinks? It's crazy to me that a lot of people do. Don is a Christian, like Nickelback is a good band. Colossus says, I'm a straight black man. I'm a threat to Don. Yeah. He paid to harass people. He's been in Portland and D.C. Yeah. My man Clyde for 5 gifted memberships to the channel. Shout out. Here comes your Rose Tico. The MSM has these people wrapped around their finger. It doesn't matter how much proof we show. They're being told by the mainstream media it's all lies and Trump is bad. And Donna the Pirate. Did I miss the lurkers? No. Shout out to you amazing lurkers. 500, almost 600 people here today. 600 people. Shout out to the amazing lurkers hanging out, watching this craziness, watching this madness. We got a little bit more. You guys are absolutely amazing in my life. Thanks for the memberships, Clyde. Thanks for being a lurker here. Can we hit 600 viewers today? That'd be nice. I changed the title of the stream a little bit, It's like people show up and I want this guy arrested with his co-conspirators today. This is what crazy people look like that are not being taken care of in a medical institution.
Yesterday, I went into a church with Nakima Armstrong and I protested these white supremacists. The pastor of the church is a fucking ICE leader in the city. How can you be a fucking pastor and be a fucking ICE agent? Fuck them. They want to come after me? Fuck them. How can they live so comfortably while the fucking people from Somalia that are in this country legally, that have fucking citizenship, can't even go to their mosque and pray? How do they deserve any fucking different? Fuck those fucking Nazis. Come and get me, Pam Bondi, you fucking traitorous bitch. All power to the people.
Bro, I know some of this stuff makes people angry. This makes me laugh, dude. This guy really thinks he's something special. He really thinks that he's got the whole world in his hand. He really thinks he's doing something that's going to change the world. He really thinks he's threat 101. And it's like, you're not that special, bro. You're not even good looking. Your breath probably smells. I don't even know if you can spell just by looking at you. And I'm like, I think you got bigger problems than being arrested. It wouldn't surprise me if you're doing this to be arrested so you can have some fun in prison with other guys. I mean, that's just what I think when I see these people behave this way. It's just... It makes me laugh. It's like when they think that there's somebody special when they're not. They're not. You're going to be forgotten. Everyone's going to look at you and say you're crazy, and that's going to be your memory. Also, don't forget.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
If you're waiting for the Somalians to give you a participation trophy, maybe they'll have one. I'm not sure. And the fact that you're so angry, but not angry at the fact that there is evidence from your government on a website that there are people out there stealing millions of dollars, and you're like, it's the white supremacist fault. A lot of white supremacy going around, while we're allowing people to steal hundreds of millions of dollars. Yeah, look at all that white supremacy just suppressing people. We're letting people open up businesses where they don't have to do anything and make a lot of money. Why wasn't I taught that in college? I mean, that's what I want to do. I don't want to do anything. I want to open up a daycare and have no kids and get paid $5 million a year. I mean, why not? Who wouldn't want that? It's like, imagine this guy waking up every day. What is his life like before, after meth? I mean, I don't know. But there's the attention you ordered, Billy. There you go. Maybe he's mad because he's getting some of that money, and now he won't get it. I don't know. Anyway. Let's see. Let's go to Florida, shall we? What's going on in Florida? Florida Sheriff Grady Judd just refused to comply with the mainstream media. Polk County Sheriff right here, baby.
This question is for Sheriff Grady Judd.
Look at the look on his face.
How many undocumented immigrants have been transferred?
Well, I don't call them undocumented immigrants. I call them illegal immigrants because that's what they are. The reason they're not documented is they're not legal. Okay, they're illegal immigrants. 74% of the illegal immigrants that we've detained have had criminal charges against them. Okay, the other 26% were riding with them. Okay, so when we stop a car, we run a warrants check on everybody in the car. When there's a call for service, we run a warrants check on the victim, the suspect, and all the witnesses. Okay, we call that 26% collateral. But 3 out of 4 of them have committed another criminal charge.
I also heard a stat, and please correct me if I'm wrong. The reason why a lot of illegal aliens have chosen not to become citizens legally is because they're committing crimes and they know that it will be it will show up when they try to apply for citizenship. It'll show up. So,
Now think about that for a second. They couldn't commit that crime if they weren't here, but they did. So now you're having to take your taxpayer money and my taxpayer money and pay for the prosecution of those folks, pay for the public defender that defends them, pay for the jail and the prison sentence, depending on what the charges are. So, and the majority of the 26% that was left out of the, 74% of them had criminal charges. They were what we call collaterals, and most of them were with the person committing the crime. And that's the numbers that we have so far. And those, so how many illegal immigrants have we arrested this year? We've arrested 557 that have criminal charges as well as they're here illegally. That's just this year. But here's the thing and let me focus on this. And I know on social media people have already tuned out, but you need to tune back in and listen to this. The reason that you see ICE flooding into Minnesota and Minneapolis and into Los Angeles, into these big cities, is because they refuse to turn over the illegal immigrants who are being arrested by the local police department where there's outstanding ICE warrants. If they
Do you guys hear that? News ain't talking about that. You know what I'm saying? That is very key. Illegal immigrants being arrested in Minnesota and the local government not turning that information over to ICE to get them deported. And that's something.
They would have simply, instead of fighting back and pushing back against the federal government, instead of violating the federal law, which is what these leaders have done there, if they just said, look, ICE, we don't want our police actively engaged in ICE enforcement, but you can come in our jails, and as we make arrests, you can go through your evaluation process and remove those criminals that are committing crime against the citizens of the United States and against each other. You can remove them. Then they wouldn't be flooding these big blue areas with all of these ICE agents. So it's the policy and the laws that the California and the Illinois and the Minnesota and the Oregons and the Portlands and the city, it's the laws that they've passed that's created the environment for ICE to have to go in there and do it all on their own. And it puts the ICE agents at additional risk. The local law enforcement officers have already taken the risk to arrest these people. They're in custody. They're locked up. They're in a county lockup or a city lockup someplace or a state lockup for their causes. But yet they're telling the city, the county, or the state prison system, turn these illegals that have committed crime back out into the community on our people. And so if ICE can't get help from the state and the local folks, then they have to send more resources in order to do the job. All of this could have been avoided. All of this could have been. You don't see that happening in Florida. You don't see ICE sending 1,000 people down here to go into Miami or Jacksonville or Tampa or Orlando or our big metro areas. You don't see that. You know why? Because we're cooperating. And the same environment could be in every one of those states if the state had cooperated. But instead, you've elected a bunch of people there, governors, primarily, House and Senate members, mayors, city commissioners, county commissioners, that said, hey, we're going to let these criminals that are here illegally committing crime against the people of the state of California or Minnesota or wherever, we're going to allow them to come back out into the community and commit more crime against you rather than turn them over to our federal partners. That's why you're seeing all this scrum all over the nation. That's why you're seeing it. If they were cooperating like Florida was cooperating, there would not be the protest. There would not be the conflict. People wouldn't be angry. They wouldn't be going to businesses because they would be caught up like they are in Florida when they're committing crime and we turn them over to ICE. They're already caught and they're out of the country. That's why you're seeing this. It's created by the law and the practice and the policy of the elected officials at the state level, the county level, and the city level, telling them to oppose federal law. Now, why in the world you want those people in those positions that think it's all right to oppose the law, that think more of the criminals than they do the suspects? I don't know. That's why we call this the free state of Florida, because we're for the people. They're for the criminals.
I don't even need to make any commentary. Well said. And thank God I live in Florida. Obama, aka the Porter in Chief, didn't have this issue. I wonder why. Yeah. Ain't that something? Pirate meta slave. That man needs to be Chief of America. No, man, he's staying in Florida. So tough. He'll be sobbing when he gets arrested. Ace Liberty for 2. Yeah. My man, the Beast. Look at that avatar. Meth is a hell of a drug. Ask that guy which order to play Arkham games. Oh, man. What? What the heck? Pretty funny. 600 people here. If you're new here, why not sub? We have a good time for the most part. If I wake up on time.
Saturday about the SAVE Act, National Voter ID. It seems pretty basic to me to keep illegal immigrants from voting to ensure our elections are sacrosanct. I know the House has passed it. I think the Senate needs to take a hard look at this because we can't take anything for granted. These are close elections. National voter ID, I think it's worth a look.
It's more than worth a look, Kaylee. This is critical to our national security and democracy because what Joe Biden did, as you alluded to in the beginning of your segment, is he let in 10 million people in 4 years. Then they gave them work permits, they gave them driver's licenses, and then you don't even need to check those driver's licenses when you go and vote. And so now we have an additional 10 million people in this country, in addition to the 20 to 30 million other illegal aliens, not knowing if they're voting and engaging in our democracy. That is no longer a country, and that is no longer safe elections. It is critical that we pass the SAVE Act.
Well said. Katie and Terry, thank you both very much.
Thank you.
Saturday about.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite obvious now that they're trying to screw up the election. You know? Also, if you're in these areas, man, stay safe out there. This is crazy. Drone footage reveals massive pileup in Michigan. Jeez, man. Look at that. Zealand? Where the heck is Zealand? Look at that, man. That is horrible. That's right where you live. It happens every year. Real. That's why I live in Florida, man. You know. Mike was on the Monday Hangover last night. He didn't say anything was bad. Jeez, look at that. Those 18 wheelers, like just. I live right in those bushes, man. It's crazy. Wow. He did near the end. I did. I was already off the show then. Okay. I know he wasn't on camera. It gets like this in Canada, I'm assuming. Wow, dude. Uh, this might be a stupid question. What do you do? What do you do at this point? You just abandon your car? How do you get home? Do you just sit in your car for hours? Like let it run so you have the heat on? Like what do you do? You know, like that's the thing. It's like, what? How do you fix this? That's crazy. Mm. You sit and wait. You hunker down and wait. Wow. This is the one thing that scares me about like doing my tour, like driving around. It's like in the wintertime. If like I could not, you buy a copy of Daughter's Revenge. That's it. I think we sold one copy during this stream. Thank you. I'm pretty sure most people in here that were gonna get it already got it. So, but still, some people are waiting on to get paid and stuff like that. So that's crazy, man. City Transit comes to get people. Thundera says this is why you pack an emergency kit for weather like this. When I lived in Miami, we had like we would get like flash flood, like the streets would flood like that. Jay, I think van life people travel with the weather. I don't know what I'm doing. I just want to do it. You know? If not, I got to do it the old traditional way, which is fly out there, rent a car, spend a couple days, and then leave. I don't really want to do it like that, but I'm buying cover B for my niece on payday. Shout out Steve Brown. Like, I'd love to like stay in Maine for like a few weeks just to, you know, like look at these people, man. I know Homeland Security can't respond to everyone, but look at Jill. She doesn't take this tweet down, you know? She won't take it down, even though she's been corrected. Jill says marching a half-naked elderly people out in the snow. Your tax dollars at work. A man whose family requests an interpreter is detained after ICE agents and other law enforcement conducted an immigration raid on his home. Days after ICE fatally shot Renee Nicole Good. So sad. Homeland Security. Yesterday in St. Paul, ICE conducted a targeted operation of 2 convicted sex offenders. One of the criminal targets convictions for sex with a minor and sexual assault. The other target had convictions for sexual assault with penetration in the first degree, domestic violence. You freaking retards that are defending these horrific people that we don't want in our country. And yet you still do not delete your tweet. He's a U.S. citizen, according to his family. It doesn't, you show proof and evidence, you know? The U.S. citizen lives with these 2 convicted sex offenders at the site of the operation. The individual refused to be fingerprinted or facially ID'd. He matched the description of the targets. So you're saying they come into the house and they're like, we want to fingerprint you so we could check, and they refuse? Well, what? Well, of course, what's going to of course that's going to happen. Of course that's going to happen. If the police show up, even for me, even in Florida, if they're like, hey, I need to see some ID. No, I'm not giving you nothing. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to take me in to find out who I am because I won't cooperate. What the freak is wrong with these people? Why do they think it's okay to live in a world where they can just do whatever they want? That the police and the laws that are in place don't matter to them. It's crazy. Again, common sense people versus crazy people. That's where we're living right now. This is insanity to me. And even when you get the evidence right to your face from the government, you still attack them. And you'll probably, Jill, go on your TikTok page and everything else and like make a video. I mean, like, I was attacked by Homeland Security. Look what they did. They posted under my tweet. Holy crap, man. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Julie, the GOP, these are the same people who defended opening fire hose on protesters in the 60s. Scott, those were Democrats, Julie, but thank you for reminding everyone Democrats were against civil rights. Now these freaking progressive left white women don't even know their history. They don't even know their history. And they're just throwing out facts like retards. And then they're going to cry. How much you want to bet she cries and plays the victim? How much you want to bet when she's corrected by a white man, she cries and plays the victim?
You listen to Scott and you listen to all this rhetoric coming out of the Republican Party. These are the same people that defended opening fire hoses on protesters in the 60s on the Selma Bridge. I mean, these are people who consistently
I think those were Democrats, Julie. Just FYI, those are Democrats. Those were Democrats in the 60s.
Scott, people like you
that was your party.
Exactly that kind of behavior.
But thank you for reminding everybody that Democrats were against civil rights.
How about this, Scott? Why don't you let me finish and stop interrupting? Because clearly, whenever anybody tries
you're the
to
one that brought up
against
Democrats.
You,
I agree with you. Democrats shouldn't have been against civil rights.
You're the person. Well, there you go. How about this, Scott? Why don't you continue talking and I'll just sit here
All
and
right,
listen to
you know
Go
what,
ahead.
guys?
I think you want to finish.
I think we all have each other's X handles where we can continue this conversation.
Did she really just go ha 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 and mocking him when she was caught being stupid? Did she really just go ha ha?
For Democrats. Those were Democrats in the 60s.
Scott, people like you
that was your party.
Exactly that kind of behavior.
But thank you for reminding everybody that.
Yes, she did. Ha ha ha. These people can't even debate. They can't even debate. And yes, I have a clip for people like that.
You are either lying or you're stupid. I'm stupid. I'm stupid.
That's where we're at. And that's what happens is they go from when they get called out for lying or making stuff up, they have to go into ridicule and mocking because they have no other debate. They have nothing. She's like, ha, ha, ha. I'm talking about people like you. If you let me finish. And he's like, you're totally making up everything. Yeah, you're just making everything up. Crazy. Shout out, Scott. I think I have another Scott clip. Hold on. Let's see. Just because. Yeah. He posted this himself. Let's see. How are you going to enforce your edict on me just out of curiosity? That's the thing about the left. Deep down, they believe they should decide who gets to speak on what everyone can or cannot say. F that. No, he's right. That's the problem with the left.
You don't get to say the word illegals anymore.
But you have.
The percentage.
Who are you to tell me what I can and can't? I've never met you, brother. I can say whatever I want. They're illegal aliens, and that's what the law calls them.
Are you kidding me, Billy? You literally told him to say you can't call them illegals anymore? Scott is right. Who are you to say like what he's allowed to say? Oh, what if I said you're not allowed to call churchgoers white supremacists anymore? Are you serious? This isn't even about political party anymore. I'm telling you, it is about insanity versus common sense. Insanity versus common sense. Listen, I don't like swear words. I try not to cuss. I hang out with Ryan. What am I going to say? Hey, man, you're not allowed to say the F word anymore. What? I would never do that.
Legal aliens. That's what I'm going to call them.
Right. Listen, you can't say illegals anymore because ICE is directly targeting legal citizens of this country. And
How are you going to enforce your edict on me, just out of curiosity?
Listen, I understand.
But just listen to his point about illegal.
No, I want to know why he gets to
It's
instruct
not. You're
my
changing the
students.
topic.
Hang on.
No, I want to know.
You're making a point about people being arrested. I understand that your job is predicated on just getting increasingly more demented every single week and that the audience comes back to see.
And here it comes. The name calling. The name calling. I don't have an argument, so I'm going to say you're demented. You need to do what I say the things I want you to say. If not, I'm going to name call you and shame you. That's been their tactic for years.
If perhaps make your point. My point is that you're saying the word illegals, but you don't even really know what's happening. Or actually, I think you do, and you're doing this on purpose. But
yes,
the truth
because
is,
I want the law enforced.
They are not just targeting illegal immigrants. They are targeting natural-born U.S. citizens.
They are not.
That is a fact. You cannot deny that. I mean, you can on national television.
They are
deny
not.
facts all the time.
They
You've
are
done it
not.
a couple times in this very episode.
I still want to know how you're going to enforce your
right.
language
For God's
edicts on
sakes.
me.
We'll take that up.
How are we going to enforce it?
We're going to take that up in the break.
That is how these young people are being brainwashed to believe that if you are on the right side of the political spectrum, then you have the power to shut people up. Why? Because they use this type of rhetoric like that you're a threat to our way of life. You're a threat. You're a Yahtzee, you know? And what do we do to threats and people like that? We have to take them out. We have to correct them and we have to put them in their place because they feel like that's what their job is to do, to correct people. You know, to shame people unless they think the way you think and say the things you want to do. It's insanity. Insanity versus common sense. That's all it is. He could never answer a question. He said that Scott had dementia. I don't know, man. And then the problem is that these progressive left will build up an audience. They'll go back to that audience and be like, did you see how it was treated on CNN? That guy's delusional. He's so stupid. He's this, he's that. Hiccup there. Hello, hiccup. I should be okay. I should be okay. I should be okay now. I know I lagged for like 10 seconds. StreamYards. Gotta love it. I could always tell too. Like I could see like the warning sign come up. It's what you get with Spectrum, man. It's what you get. It's what you get. Let's see. Every Tuesday, Tree Bear drops, some good stuff here. Let's see what we got. Geeks and Gamers presents X-Men Age of Apocalypse. Shout out to the 614 people. Jay Spectrum is catching up. Yeah. Happens. There's Phil as... Wait, who is that? Who is that? Why? What am I missing here? Who is that? What X-Men is that? How am I like not remembering what this X-Men is? That's Apocalypse? Man, I'm like used to the old costume, I guess. Jeremy as Magneto. Apocalypse. There's Chris Nova as Phoenix. Reed J, look at the top left. Oh my gosh. Yep. 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 Oh, dude. Yes. Tree Bear. Yes. Yes. One of my favorite comic book characters. You've made me the freaking Punisher. Heck yeah, man. Oh, yes. I love it. That's awesome, man. I should be in for Halloween one year. I just gotta hit the push-ups a little bit harder, Jet as Daredevil. Ripa as Luke Cage. Dan Vasquez Iron Fist. Ooh, a little beard shave for Cyclops there for Beardo. X-Wing as Colossus. Ryan is Gambit. Yeah, I figured Ryan would be Gambit. I figured he would be Gambit. Epic Mike as Wolverine. I like mine, man. Mine's my favorite. What the heck? Oh no. iCanalist over on Rumble for $5. His idea, 50 cents on the caller for a call from India to go through. Either end scam calls or wipe out the national debt in 2 weeks. We win either way. A 50-cent fee. Yeah. So anybody from India that calls a scam call from India, they have to pay America 50 cents. Yeah, that would be great. Oh, sorry, I left that up, Kata. Oh man, well, they just get worse. They just get worse. That's Johnny. We'll move along. Madam Savvy. Steph as Rogue. A tiny storm is coming. I think that's it. Oh man, that looks so cool, man. Did my heart go away? Oh no, it's there. That's freaking cool. I've got goals now. I got some goals. Time to increase my push-up count to 200. 200 a day. That's freaking awesome. He also Treebeer made one of me and Krista. I didn't think it was bad either. He recreated this comic book cover. That's kind of neat. That's the Wonder Woman comic book cover with Superman. And he recreated it with me and Krista. Every time I see myself with like more gray hair and these things, I'm like, how many are you up to now? That's great. Push-ups? I do push-ups Monday, Friday. We try to knock out 100. It all depends on how we feel. In increments of 10. I can't do them straight. Can't do them straight. Been doing that for a long time. When I there's a YouTube video. There's a trainer, and he teaches people like how to do like workouts at home. So you do them gay. Hey man, at least I do them, okay? This is why I never want to answer these types of questions, Yesterday was National Winnie the Pooh Day. Look at that. As soon as I start showing stuff, people leave quickly. We had 620 viewers, down to 580 because nobody wants to hear me talking about push-ups. That's for sure. Yeah, it's National Winnie the Pooh Day. What can one do against such reckless hate? Says Jester of Roanoke. Man, find peace. You know? Find peace. I found it with God. All you can do. All right, just because I checked Twitter, one last Scott Jennings clip. I hear this is a good one.
You make jokes about people in prison and else.
Hold on, let me go back. This was titled, What Was the Question? What was the question?
You make jokes about people in prison in El Salvador. I mean, these things they speak to the heart of Americans and what we see people are going through. It's not a political standpoint to me. We try to see the humanity in people, and it doesn't seem like people on the right side are capable of that. This is what people voted for. We knew very well who Trump was during the first term, where he had the family separation policy, where he was putting children in cages. People voted for that again and again. I'm done pretending that there are people out there who will see this and be outraged by it. The polling numbers just show that's not true. People will say they don't like it, but they showed up to the voting booth and voted for him again and again. Of nearly 70,000 people in ICE custody right now, less than at least 10% have criminal convictions. I mean, the data shows time and again that this is an unfair, inhumane policy. And so, no, Abby, I don't think this is going to make a difference.
Scott, respond to what?
What she just said.
Look, I'm not going to respond to ad hominem attacks on 70 million Americans who decided to vote Republican in the November 2024 election. I don't think it's right. You come out here, you call people liars, you call anybody who votes Republican, you say they don't have a moral compass. I mean, I didn't
say anybody who votes Republican. I said the people who voted for Donald Trump.
Okay,
they
he's a Republican, and he won in November with Republicans who voted for him. So don't back away from.
I'm not backing away. I don't think they have a moral compass.
That's how you feel, but I'm not.
You don't ever have to worry about me backing away from that point.
I don't feel like I have to respond to these attacks. In fact, I think you ought to ask her if she really believes 70 million people lack a moral compass.
I believe people who saw what Trump did and voted for him lack a moral compass.
I appreciate people in the enemy's camp making breaking into an enemy's camp and telling the truth. Yo, David Harvey, I don't know if you're here, but you always shout out the show in the morning, man. So I don't really see you in the chat much, but shout out to you, David. Draken says, good morning, Jay. I tagged you in something yesterday. I think you might find it funny. I'll look for it, but tagging me and stuff is rough, man. Whew. I'll try to find it, brother. I'll try to find it. Tomorrow, man, we might go through this Greenland stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Paging Mr. Harvey, Mr. David Harvey. She looks like a Gears of War berserker. Song is fitting. Oh. Z Highness has noticed me. Cole Hauser's stream right now has Shockwave giving some great takes on Don Lemon. Yeah. Jay doesn't play tag. He only plays Red Rover, pretty much. Thank you, Metaslave, for the 10. Draken, thank you for the 10. Clyde, thank you for the 5. Always be Clyde to me. Always be Clyde to me. Shout out to the almost 600 people we had here earlier on today. You know? And that'll be the show. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Might have an extended show tomorrow. We'll see. Because I will not be here Friday. Friday or Monday, there'll be no Rebellion stream. How sad. I will be on a train. Go figure. So, if not, I'll see you guys on Geeks and Gamers Daily. God bless you guys.